Welcome back to Oblivion Games YouTube channel. We have new Seed B, Alejandro Cruz, after this weekend of sweeping the versus games 3Ks tournament. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
Alright, so I played Tearlament.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Branded Tearlaments. I think it was the best deck.
Fusion Duelist, playing a Fusion deck.
Could never have seen it
I know.
ever come into fucking
Do you miss Alistair yet?
Yeah. Probably not though. It's kind of better, to be honest. It's like
Not trying to make cockiness?
I already play an Invoke card in my deck. So I still play
Not after that weekend.
Not after this weekend though. So goodbye.
Let's get into it.
Alright, so I played 3 of all the names, 3 Rhino, 3 Havnus, 3 Murley, and 3 Siren.
Well, I see a comment.
I don't know. I want to speak to the Konami representative who decided this because that's it's kind of a crime.
They're trying to sell the next OTS set.
Yeah, with one of them, and then they'll do the super for the next one too.
Exactly.
This is the best one.
For sure, especially in the branded. How many times? Rhinoheart's like, yeah, it's good. You know, you guarantee a fusion, but the amount of times I pitch like any one of the names or a beast is discussing mill 3, and you're like, okay, chain link 1 beast, a name, and fusion something completely off your turn, popping off, like it's absurd.
Nice.
I like the extender.
I'm excited to see the rest of the engine. Always, it's never just Tearlaments.
No, it's never just Tearlaments.
Until November.
Yeah. No, what are you talking about? There's another engine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Tearlaments is the sub engine.
Yeah, we have to wait.
Yeah. So I also played 2 King in the Swamp. I didn't miss a third. I think 2's fine. You shuffle them back. It's an Aqua. It makes Kaleido Heart or any of the cool names by substituting, so pretty self-explanatory. I play a Snow, a Fallen of Albaz, and a Beast. Snow, obviously you could just mill it, but I use it also as a light target to make Albion if I really needed to. And Beast makes Window, which wins the game. So. First, that's it. Let's do spells.
You ever thought of, I think in earlier builds you were playing Squamata. Do you just want to keep it down to a cleaner number, or?
Yeah, with the amount of going second cards I wanted to play in my deck, I decided that it would be better to like just cut Squamata and just guarantee send this off of Branded Fusion or mill it realistically. You mill so many cards that you're bound to just hit this eventually.
But you always draw it anyway.
Yeah, you always draw it anyway. So there you go. You always have wind access if you draw it. 3 field spell. Field spell's insane, better than Meltdown, I'll give it that, that's for sure. That's an inferior field spell right there. 3 Branded Fusion. This is the only branded cards I play. I don't play Opening or Red or any of the Despia cards. I think that they just make the deck brickier, and I wanted more streamlined just access. You open it, you end on a Mirror Jade. You don't, then you know it is what it is. Your engine's still good enough to play by itself. Going second cards, 3 Super Poly. The best card of my fucking main deck, I swear. Literally just completely destroyed any board, a Sprite, a Tearlament, any board you put up, like I was just taking it away. Dragon Link, like all of it, it's just bye. Thanks for my fusion material. Pretty good card.
Did you ever feel 3 was too much, or?
No, never. I honestly don't, usually when I play this card in a format, I will end up siding out 1 copy, because it's Europrint, and the others don't match, but I literally never sided this card out. I was like, I wanted to see this card, and that's why I played it at 3, and I felt like it complemented my deck if people tried to stop me or just completely destroy their board. What are these?
3 bolts.
Pass Super Poly.
He's gonna do it again.
Yeah, I'm sure. So other going second cards, 3 Dark Ruler. I feel like this was necessary for the format.
Did all 3 of you main Dark Ruler?
Yeah, all 3 of us main Dark Ruler.
Oh, I didn't even play Dark Ruler.
You did
You played Imperm.
Yeah.
all 3 of us played Talon, right?
Yeah, he just played
No, I didn't play.
Alright, so
Just
some of us
Dark
did
Ruler's just
something.
probably the.
We were all on a team together, I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I didn't want to play Dark Ruler. I just felt like it was a little bit win more trying to just like... Basically, my unexpected die package was just going to let me clear the board anyway. It was going to Zeus Stone, which is what Dark Ruler was going to allow me to do. He played it because you have to in Tearlaments.
I just think it's the best going second card in the game.
Yeah. And I wanted to compliment with just like Dark Ruler or Super Poly. Like
very
something.
few counterplay to it. Same as like Super Poly.
Yeah.
Just can't
So I played it. I think it's really good. And then obviously, like I said, I played Triple Talents as well. I think this card was pretty good. Sided out like 1 copy every now and then, but it was a really good card responding to my opponents, making them like playing around their stuff when they're going second, and ripping cards out of their hand, knowing like everything that they have it's pretty good. So I felt like this was more impactful than playing hand traps. I don't think they do enough right now, and I'd rather just play the going second cards to just supplement my my mill sacking. So
Did you ever play into anyone else's talents?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Like in the redoer, yeah, in the standby phase and snow in the battle phase, I played through talents like that, or I played into talents like that. I felt it was such a misplay. My teammates were roasting me. King of the Swamp searches Poly. I also played Fusion Substitute in case someone played mine, did not play against mine. I would honestly consider cutting this card and just playing the superior Poly to use it from your hand. Who gives a fuck if it gives you a draw? Yeah. It's pretty lackluster. Every time I saw it, I always chose Poly. So, Broken One ofs, Terraforming searches your field spell. This is one card combo and makes Millennium. This sends any Tearlament and triggers their effect, and Call by the Grave prevents your opponent from interacting with you. So, pretty self-explanatory one ofs. I think every tier deck is playing those. So, last 3 cards or 4 cards. I played Triple Imperm as my only hand trap other than Havness. Imperm was good. I didn't want to play harder into talents than I already was going to with the Tearlaments. So I felt like this was a good card. I do wish I played the other Tearlaments trap, Sulik, as well as Meta Noise, because I've had times where I wanted to search an Imperm rather than just hoping to open it. So going forward, I would definitely include a card of that into my deck. So
would you cut anything forward or just increase the count?
So I'm at 42 right now. I would probably... Originally, I cut it because I didn't want to play 43, but there's no, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing 43. I'd have to do the math on it to be like exact and make like a true statement, but like I think that if I just included the trap and then just played 43, it'd be fine. So I might do some edits and maybe play a different variant with, instead of branded, do like dangers, but the branded version feels very well. It has a good matchup into the mirror. So
nice.
Let's do extra deck. Got tokens. Played 2 Kit Kalos, 1 Kaleido Heart. This is pretty standard in most builds, unless you're playing Punk and playing 1.
I really haven't seen it deviate much.
Yeah, the Kit Kalos is just so good. Even if you recycle it, it's just better to have the second when, you know, if you already have it engraved and you want to make it for a follow-up turn, like it's kind of needed. Branded cards, I just play Albion, Lubellion, Mirror Jade. This card is Blue Eyes White Dragon in my finals. I had every single person ask me why I did not activate Mirror Jade effect as I looked at the 2 targets in my graveyard and nothing else, and every single person in succession decides to say, why don't you activate Mirror Jade? Just get rid of the Centurion. Just get rid of it. I'm like,
To be fair, our B player basically told his opponent that his game didn't matter because we won because he had Mirror Jade and all he had was a Sky.
My reaction was just, so we won.
Yeah, we won.
Sure.
So,
they're like, just super poly it. I'm like, okay, I'll make something. Oh, Beast Warrior, Earth Monster. Okay, I hope there's another Zodiac on field, otherwise I'm not making shit. So, yeah, this card's a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Don't play it.
Don't play it?
Don't play it.
Okay.
To be fair, this card's actually
it's really
crazy.
good.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
For the meme, don't play it. Really good against the mirror, which I played a lot of, and I think it's just a solid piece of removal that you just add to your board by opening Branded Fusion.
They make like
So do you
Avermax
feel
too.
like you actually had just like an upper hand the whole entire time when you played mirrors, or do you feel like your opponent was just behind?
I felt like I would have a better shot in the mirror just by having these cards in, and
just because it's like quicker access to your
yeah,
engine, or?
like that it also guarantees like searches, like, you know, sends them a Tearlament to grave if I have to do that play. I just felt more confident because they would have to, if they wanted like any interruption past, I don't know, Kaleido Heart and Dragos Tapelia, they would have to draw Super Poly,
Yeah.
or like just use the traps. I just like the extra component of having these 3 monsters as like a recyclable engine. Plus, this also just makes anything. So
Plus, you already have established knowledge of interactions with those cards, so
Yeah.
it probably carries forward.
yeah, it just felt good to play that small engine.
So I know your top 4 opponent, they were walking away after you guys won. One of the opponents is swearing by Shaddoll Fusion. Just absolutely swearing by it. Like, you main index 3. Any thoughts on that?
I don't know. I haven't tested the Shaddoll Fusion. Like, in theory, it sounds cool, right? Because
Yeah.
you're guaranteeing access to Winda, but Winda is never going to be your first play. Are you going to really play Construct, Anoyatilis, like whatever other targets in your extra deck when you can just play a guaranteed piece of removal Like,
Yeah.
I don't think maybe Anoyatilis has like a cute interaction that I'm not like seeing, but past that, I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather just play the branded cards. Or like any other utility, like Xyz, Link Monster, things like
And
that.
Branded Fusion is just Shaddoll Fusion, just on steroids.
Yeah.
Let's use your deck.
Locks you into
regardless.
fusions. Oh well.
Yeah.
I guess.
I
Sure.
mean, it was just cracking me up because he lost in top 4, and he was like, "Man, people be dogging me on shit all fusion." It's like, well,
I was
you
like,
lose.
because you're stuck in 2015. All right, so past the branded cards, 2 Dragosepelia.
Pretty standard so far.
Yeah, there's an argument to cut 1, but I like 2. I don't. If sometimes it's the same thing with like Kit Kalos, where you'll want to fuse into it, and if you have one in grave, you're not fusing into it
Yeah.
because you don't have a second target. So I felt like 2 was good. Millennium Eyes for instant fusion and King of the Swamp. I summoned this card a couple times. It guarantees branded fusion and tier limits go off without you getting crowed. I think that it's a pretty good like utility piece, especially if you're playing King of the Swamp. So I would definitely continue playing it. I would not continue playing this card. This card and Winda do the exact same thing. They're both gonna get Dark Ruler. Don't bother fucking playing it. Like, this was for the Invoke meme, and I thought it was gonna be okay. It came up once and I got Dark Ruler, and I literally just wished it was any other utility piece like Dweller. If I had Dweller in my extra deck, I'd be having an easier time with the mirrors too. So yeah, and win Winda.
So
Winda's good.
I brought this up with Javi. What's your sentiment on like Baguska?
I think Baguska's good if you're playing like the more pure / danger variant where you're just, you get Shifter. You obviously just make 2 level 4s, make Baguska go like screw yourself sprite. But I think like, it's a good piece if you're not playing all these like extra fusion cards like Chimera and Kaliga and all this stuff, because there's a lot of space. Like I would easily cut Kaliga and there's one other card in here that I can't. Probably Starving Venom, honestly. I'd probably cut Kaliga and Starving Venom for something else. Most likely like Dweller, Baguska, Zeus, something along another rank 4, and definitely a Zeus. I think they came up like once or twice during the tournament. Yeah, so other than those, obviously I said Chimera, Starving Venom. Chimera is really good, especially when you're resolving your teal limit monsters and popping 2. It's like if you thought you were plussing with Branded, you're plussing with this card more in this deck because you're just fusing 2 more monsters right after, and drawing 1 or using Garura, which by the way, obviously I played Garura for a super poly target. These 3 fusions were very good in the utility Branded version for sure. And then I only played 1 Xyz, which is Redoer, because it triggers the tier limits effects, takes your opponent's cards, and gives people game losses. So
Shout
out Donnie. Yeah. That's the extra deck. Side deck, played 3 Gamma, 1 Driver. If I were to play hand traps, I wanted things that were going to give me high impact. So I played Gamma.
No cherries?
No, if I was playing Javi's deck, I would 100% be playing cherries.
Okay.
I think that card's hot.
because just the interaction with the other sprite.
Yeah, you have every target in your deck naturally.
Even against pure punk, you're just hitting Ruler.
Yeah, or Fishing Cart, Rising Cart.
That happened to Ricky.
Yeah, I know. Poor Ricky.
He's
What a man. 3 Crow as well. This was for the mirror. Ronin. Just best one.
Target.
Yeah, one of the best hand traps I think in this format right now.
For sure.
3 Lightning Storm and 1 Duster and 1 Reboot. These were the back row cards I decided to play. I wasn't favoring anti-spell. I felt like more people were going to play Floodgates. So I figured that if people were going to play those, I would at least play Lightning Storm and like hit both monsters and spells and traps if I really needed to and have the option.
Yeah. And some people, I think, are a little bit switching off anti-spell, just gravitating to a pointer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason to play anti-spell right now. I feel like going into the sprite matchup, they're just changing starter, and if you're going against this deck,
they just use them all in hand and monsters. Like,
And who cares about Flunder?
Who cares about Adventure?
What's that?
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
And then the last Spice card that I did not ever see except Mill was 3 Skill Drain. In theory, this was going to be if you brick and had a Floodgate to choose from, whether it be Deck Devi or Skill Drain. I would rather have Skill Drain because Skill Drain does something by itself. Had a good matchup into like anything that wasn't tier limit. So like I played Dragon Link and Sprite. I cited this into them, and I never saw them. So
That's the RTK against Sprite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing to beat.
Also in
with
this
Sprite.
version, you just play just beat sticks. So like,
yeah, like Field Spell's putting them to
Imagine somebody
35.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Kaleido Mirror
Yeah.
Jade just.
They're massive.
They're all disgustingly
Yeah.
huge. So
And with the field spell boost, so like
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, I could always out it if I wanted to by popping it too, like with the Field Spell. So, but yeah,
Perfect.
that's the deck profile.
So how do you feel moving forward?
I feel like I'm gonna definitely test a version that doesn't play Branded. I think that the utility that Branded brings is pretty good. However, I'd rather have access to more generic things that don't lock me into Fusion. That was another thing I wish I had played, was more XCs or like Links, so that I didn't just hard lose to D-Barrier. Luckily, no one played it against me. So, but I mean, I think this deck's really solid. It's probably one of the best. It's easily one of the best decks of the format.
Is
I don't
the
think.
best deck.
Yeah, I don't think Sprite holds shit. So
yeah,
Nice.
I super probably their field.
Good talk. Good talk. I ain't right here. Like I ain't just carry you.
That's crazy.
All right. Are we gonna see you at any future events?
Probably YCS Niagara. What's after that? What?
Ecuador,
Ecuador?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, yeah.
For sure.
YCS
Shout
Oblivion.
YCS Oblivion.
Yeah.
Why is
Come
this
check us
Oblivion
out.
every
Case
week?
tournaments.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
shout out.
Case tournament coming up. Check out.
Oh yeah, shout outs. Anything to say?
Raul Ramos.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness! Who is that?
It's me.
The person who lets me go and play at events and brings a great community. So thank you for
And
that.
supports us.
Topper,
Yeah.
don't come back.
Whoa, Topper, don't come back.
Sanchez is out.
That's a plaque on my door right there. Shout out my teammates Louis and Javi
Yep.
for completely demolishing our other opponents as I went X2. So, and then obviously let's see who else: Brandon, Michael, Steven, Ricky.
Yeah, shout out to Brandon for the Tums.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I was telling you
Brandon
after-
saved
They
Javi.
saved him for the top cut. I was like, you need to shout somebody out. I don't know who it is.
Yeah,
it was Brandon.
Shout out Brandon for the Thomas.
Shout out Brandon.
And
Don't eat mall Chinese food.
yeah, and I mean, shout out Team Oblivion. Shout out everyone else in Tampa if I forgot you.
thank you.
It's and Ryan Fletcher, I guess.
Who's that?
Who's that? I don't think he did anything, right?
What did he do this weekend?
Was he in Top Cut?
No, I think it's
Did he even go?
Did he even go? I think he wanted to see his girlfriend.
All right.
I think I'm done.